everyone, welcome back to Being a Fine Figure. As today we finally get to unbox Steel from Mcfarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, Reign of the Superman. No, this is a version of Steel. I don't think it's the actual first incarnation of Steel from that storyline, but nonetheless, it is Steel. I've been waiting for this. We've got Eradicator. We have the Mullet Superman recently released, and we also have Superboy out there, and we're just waiting on Cyborg, and of course another version of Mullet Solar Superman, which for now we're just using the I'm using the Mullet version that we got on that black solar suit Superman that we got. But today again, it's all about Steel. I am going to get them unboxed as we do here on the channel, and I will be right back. All right, now that we have Steel out of the packaging, we will quickly go over the accessories. Again, as always, Mcfarlane stand with a DC logo on it, and the data filed or trading card. And it has a nice rendition there, just like the, actually it's almost like the platinum version minus the cape. The platinum version of it obviously has the cape also in that gray look. And then of course a little history there on John Henry Iron. Yeah, don't have much just for those, so I'll probably end up getting rid of that. And of course, he comes with his trusty hammer, or yeah, I mean, it's not too crazy about the it's all bent out of place. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's supposed to be steel, so it's supposed to be a self-propelled hammer. I think it had like in the, if I remember, it had like a little propeller that it can go to him. It had like a magnet to it. I don't know how. I wish it was a little bit more durable, a little bit harder plastic, so that it wouldn't bend so much out of shape. So it's gonna. I know I'm gonna end up bending it more every time I try to put it on or take it out of. So I think for the most part, he's just gonna be holding it all the time and not anything else, so it doesn't bend the word more. But it does have a lot of little weight on the hammer part. But of course, as you can see, if you hold it up there, it does have some weight. But I wish again that the handle was a little bit stronger. I'm not too crazy about the blue shading that it has on it. I don't know if it's meant to be a reflection of light or something, and it's all over the hammer. And I also wish that they would have made it a little bit more metallic, like silver, a little bit more lighter silver, instead of this lead color that he's on. And just like the figure. Now, great looking figure. Again, I don't think it's the actual original version from the Reign of the Superman. It has to be another storyline or so. But it's still a great storyline. It's a great figure. And yeah, I like the details of it. The head sculpt on it is actually pretty good. Again, we'll talk about the little blue highlights all over the suit. I know it's a shading with the intentions why, but I think could have done without. I don't know. Not too crazy about that, but the figure is actually really good overall. I like how they, insinuated the brush paint. He did it himself on the S, and also on the utility belt there. You can tell like the paint's like wearing off. Also on his shooting gauntlet there, I know he shot little, I think it was like little missiles or bullets or something out of it. I don't remember. I have to go back now and watch the movie again. I do love the cape. It's very pliable. I mean, it's like that nice rubber that you can shape it into place, so it's gonna look good to get it into different poses. It's actually pretty good. And again, it's a nice looking figure, and it's got some pretty good articulation. I thought that the arms wouldn't have much movement because of these shoulder pads there, quadrants, but it actually got some good movement. And pretty much everything clicks. Like, you can hear that on the bottom. It's got double jointed, which is pretty good. It's pretty decent. And then up here, because of that, you don't get a lot, but on the elbow here, yeah, he's got some good articulation. Kind of surprised for a little semi-chunky figure like this one here. And again, I'm not too crazy about the highlights on the silver there, on the metal there. I wish, especially, I mean, I've seen others, and man, I got that really big gulp over the eye. That doesn't look too good. I might have to get over it. And again, I wish the painting would have been a little bit more metallic. Again, this looks like a pewter lead type color. But I mean, it's a good figure. It's just the coloring and those highlights. I'm not too crazy about all these highlights. They're everywhere. Looks like he was. Actually, looks like he just like beat up one of those Blue Man Group guys and got this paint all over himself. It's like all over. I mean, that one there's pretty bad. It's got it on the gauntlet. Even got some on the back, which is rare. They usually don't do stuff on the back. It's usually on the front. But it's got it all over. I mean, I know what they were trying to go for. I just don't. Not too crazy about the shading on figures like that. It would have been nice. And then the feet are a little wonky when you try to straighten up. They quickly pop up. So it gave me a little bit harder time to stand too. In order to stand, I have to like swivel it all the way to the front. And then you get some good, a nice, decent stand. And then again, that little toe articulation pops up every time you try to force it down. So you kind of have to play with it in order to bounce it around, you know, so it doesn't fall back. But other than that, it's still, I gotta do it. It's still a good figure. And again, it's a long time coming. I mean, by the time we've been asking for it, and by the time they announced it, and I mean, I felt like it was taking forever. And then even the mullet Superman came out way after. It was announced way after this figure, and we got it before. And then the Eradicator, and we got the other ones, and I thought they were just taking forever with this one. But still, pretty good. I'm glad it's here. I wish that they hurry up with the Cyborg. They haven't never announced it or anything. So come on, Mcfarlane, let's get it together and let's get Cyborg going. And here he is still next to, so far, my rendition of the Reign of the Superman. We got the mullet Superman. We have Superboy there, Steel, and the Eradicator, which, man, I was hoping that we will get another version of the Eradicator with, you know, the normal face and shades, but still waiting for it. I guess they didn't, so I'm going to have to find either a customizer or something to do to get that version out. I'm hoping that sooner or later he releases one, and he never did. So kind of bummed for that. And then a little better version of, at least a better face sculpt on the Superboy. You know, this one came without the shades. I usually, from time to time, and I think I dropped them somewhere and I can't find it, but I usually use one of the Shawn Michaels figures, one of the WrestleMania shades with the circles, and it actually looks pretty cool with it. And of course, the mullet Superman, in which, I mean, he looks huge. Next to Cyborg, it's a big thing. But another thing that I actually like better is I like this version better with the suit. It actually looks pretty good now, and hopefully I'm trying to get my hands on another, probably a Superman 1000 or something that has a pretty good thin body, or that new version that's gonna be coming out, that new smiley face Superman. Where we could put the mullet on it, because the face, tone on the face doesn't really quite match it. But for now, it's a nice display to have them all there. And of course, it makes Steel seem a little taller. No, it's not the stand, because even without the stand, the Superman still looks a little bit bigger. But let me get him out here. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good figure. Not too crazy about the all those little paint, you know, highlights that they gave her with that blue tone. But for right now, it's what we have, and I'm hoping to get my hands on the platinum version, because I think it'll actually look a lot better. Maybe I'll just swap up this cape on it, because I know the cape on it is it's got that silver color. But I actually like that other color better than as far as not having all these highlights. But again, still a great figure. A few things I don't like. I always guess I'm just not too crazy about the shading, but other than that, it's nice. It's got some really good movement. It's got some nice. Actually, it's got a nice pole. Not bad. And it does got a nice movement down. I wish they could have done a little bit better with the hammer and make it a little bit more durable as far as the handle. And didn't really need all that paint. But other than that, everything else looks pretty cool still. And yeah, it's another Superman figure added to the collection. So as always, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please do and support the channel. And continue to support each other. Continue to be a fine figure. And I will see you later.